What is up, everybody? I am so sorry that it's been so long since I put out another Esfit video. You guys who watch the stream know that I've had to deal with some adversity lately, whether that was my computer issues or my internet issues. I've had to deal with some crap, right? But anyway, I did just finish up the first phase of the workout, and initially, whenever I started working out again, I didn't test, right? Because those initial numbers weren't so important to me. It had been so long since I worked out anyway, a full calendar year. And to an extent, they really aren't so important still, but I do want to get a benchmark of where I'm at, and at least on the bench press. You know, I don't really want to push it so much on the clean and the squat right now. I mean, and really, I've actually cut out the cleans completely. But the entire purpose of the first phase of the workout was just to train to start training, like we talked about in the first video. And I haven't really been focusing so much on fat loss as I have been on getting my strength back. Right? Getting my strength back, getting my body used to physical activity again. And really, next phase, we're going to start focusing more on the little things and honing in on some fat loss while retaining or continuing to gradually gain my strength back. So anyway, let's go hit the bench max, and I hope you guys enjoy. Something that people need to realize whenever they're warming up is that they're not just warming up their muscles, right? They're not just warming up their muscles, but they're also warming up their nervous system, they're warming up their heart, they're getting their heart rate going, right? So whenever I warm up, I usually do a few different things. I do some light stretching. I'll run a little bit, do a few push-ups in the case of bench press, right? And then from there, like I said, you're getting your nervous system ready to be like, hey, I'm doing a specific motion. So I'm gonna go practice that motion with not my max weight and get my brain ready or get my brain understanding that, hey, I'm about to do a lot of weight at that motion. So let's go to the bench press. So the first thing I should mention when maxing out is that pretty much everybody does it different. There's no set like formula or whatever that you have to do in order to achieve like a good 1 rep max. It's different for everybody else, right? So what I like to do is I like to do several sets of basically increasing weights, starting with a little bit lower weight. I like to start at about like 40 or 50% of what I think my max will be, maybe less, right? I pretty much always start with a 45, right? I put a 45 on each side, 135 pounds. And I'll do a few reps of that, right? Usually, maybe a little less again, but 40 to 50%, do about 8 reps of that for the first set and kind of gauge where I'm at. You'll notice that whenever I bench, I keep my form consistent regardless of however much weight I'm doing. I've got my feet shoulder width apart, I've got my butt on the bench, I've got my upper back on the bench with a slight arch in my lower back. As far as hand placement goes on the bar, I like to put my ring fingers on the rings on the bar. Sometimes I go a little bit wider and I put my middle finger, but I keep that form consistent no matter how much weight I'm doing on the bench press. So after a couple minutes of rest, maybe 2-3 minutes of rest, I'll do another set. I'll do a set of 5 at about 60%. Again, I'm just like throwing numbers as far as estimation goes, right? Percentage is about right, but I'm just saying as far as the raw number goes, I don't really know what my max is, so I'm just guessing, right? So I'm gonna go about 60%-ish, maybe a little bit more of what I think for about 4 to 5 reps, and then give it another few minutes and then go again. So it's actually kind of funny. I screwed up, right? I screwed up on my second set and I did too much weight. Not too much. I did more weight than I was supposed to, but I was just fine doing it. Which is a good sign. Actually, I'm stupid and I did the math wrong, I guess. But I realized that after I got up, I was like, wait a second, I should have done like 185, and I did like 205. I mean, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, my goal was to do somewhere between like 300 and 315 on the bench press after not working out for a full calendar year. I thought that if I could get to that point, I would be pretty happy with that. I'd be really happy with that, honestly. But you know, given the last few workouts I had and where I'm at right now, how I'm feeling right now, I think I can do a little bit more than that. So For the next set, we're gonna do a set of 3 at, what is this? I think this is 255. So set of 3 at 255, see how that feels. And then we'll go for 300 probably on the next set. So I mentioned earlier, there's not really like any sort of 100% set method of doing it, right? I just kind of ballpark what I do personally whenever I try to max. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm feeling really freaking good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just go for 315. I think I can do it. I gotta get a spotter, right? You don't wanna max out. You don't want to get to the big event without a little bit of backup, right? You need a spotter. So I'm gonna go find a spotter real quick, and then we'll try 315, then we'll see what happens after that. We'll see where we go from there. I might go again after this, depending on how this goes. I might go up. All right. 1, 2, 3. That's not bad at all. Sweet. All right, thanks, man. Okay, so I hit that 315 pretty easy. Pretty happy about that. Really happy about that. Really excited about that. Again, after not working out for a year. Now that's the most I ever benched was 430, right? Pretty good. I could do 32 reps at 225. I know. I mean, I've got a long ways to go before I get back into that kind of shape, but I mean, really, I don't even want to be in that kind of shape anymore. I was 290 pounds, right? But I'm really happy with that 315. So I'm going to try and crank it up a little bit, give it a few minutes. I'm going to give it about 5 minutes of rest or so, maybe a little bit more. And then I'm going to go for like 340. I'm going to go for like 340, and we'll see where that goes. Actually, I decided to go for 345, just for the sake of, it was easier. So 345, let's see. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, awesome. Great, thanks a ton, dude. I appreciate it, yeah. All right, so 345 on the bench press. Really, really happy about that, actually. Very happy about that. That's about 30 pounds more. I don't know, I could go again. Not gonna risk it. No need to risk it. Not right now anyway, right? But I think 345, maybe, I could maybe get 350, maybe. But 345, I'm really happy with that number. Again, 30 pounds higher than what I was originally expecting after not working out for a full year. And yeah, really happy about that. I might do a test, like multi-rep test of like a super squat or something at the end of the next phase. But again, with the back stuff, just getting back into it, I don't really want to risk it right now. So anyway, thanks for joining me, guys. And I hope you guys continue to follow me along on this journey. See you guys soon.